Hello dear students, welcome to mathematics class. So in this class we are discussing about the examples on functions of complex variable. So in the previous class we have discussed the definition of function of a complex variable. So here it is the definition of function of a complex variable. So here we are expressing that w is equal to f of z, where z is equal to x plus iy, where x is real part and y is imaginary part of the complex variable. So here each function can be written in the form of u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y. So therefore in this class we are discussing the examples on expressing the functions of a complex variable in the form of u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y. So here let us discuss the example. Let us consider the first example. So here we need to express each and every function of a complex variable as u of x comma y plus v of x comma y. So now f of z is equal to z square minus 4z. So now it is the function of a complex variable z square minus 4z. So to express the function of a complex variable as u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y, we need to substitute z is equal to x plus iy. So therefore here put z equal to x plus iy. Then f of z is equal to what here, z square minus 4z, then that becomes x plus iy whole square minus 4 into x plus iy, that is z square minus 4z, then it is equal to, now expand that x plus iy whole square by using the identity a plus b whole square, then that becomes x square plus iy whole square plus 2 into x into iy minus, and now multiply this x plus iy by minus 4, that becomes minus 4x minus 4iy, then it is equal to x square. Here I square is equal to minus 1, so therefore this iy whole square becomes minus y square plus here I into 2xy minus 4x minus I into 4y, then it is equal to x square minus y square minus 4x, means we are collecting the terms which are not multiplied by I one side and the terms which are multiplied by I as the other term, then it is I into 2xy minus 4y. So whatever the term is there in the position of real part, that is equal to what, u of x comma y, and the imaginary part is v of x comma y. So therefore here u of x comma y is equal to x square minus y square minus 4x, and v of x comma y is equal to 2xy minus 4y. So here this is the first example on expressing a given function of a complex variable as u of x comma y and v of x comma y. Now let us consider the second example. F of z is equal to z cube plus z plus 1. So here also we need to substitute z equal to x plus iy, then simplify the function f of z is equal to z cube plus z plus 1. So it is equal to f of z x plus iy whole cube plus x plus iy plus 1. Now it is of the form a plus b whole cube, and the identity of a plus b whole cube is a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square, right. So by using that identity, this is x cube plus iy whole cube, that is a cube plus b cube plus 3 a square b plus 3 a b square plus x plus iy plus 1. Then it is equal to x cube. Here we know that, so it is iy whole cube. Now we know the value of I cube. So I cube is equal to minus I, then y cube plus I into 3x square y plus, here I square is there, so that becomes minus 1. So this becomes minus 3xy plus x plus iy plus 1. Then collecting the terms which are not multiplied by I and which are multiplied by I separately, then this is x cube and here minus 3xy plus x plus 1. So these are the terms which are not multiplied by I. Then let us take that plus I common, then remaining terms, here it is 3x square y minus y cube is there, then one more term which is multiplied by I is y. So therefore it is equal to u of x comma y plus v into x comma y, which is equal to f of z. So therefore the real part and imaginary parts of the function of a complex variable are x cube minus 3xy plus x plus 1 and 3x square y minus y cube plus y. So these two are the real and imaginary parts of this function. The next example is f of z equal to 1 by z. So here again substituting z equal to x plus iy, then f of z becomes 1 divided by x plus iy. So we already know that whenever a complex number is in denominator, then we need to rationalize that. So therefore here multiplying and dividing by the term which is conjugate of the denominator, the conjugate is x minus iy. So therefore multiplying and dividing by x minus iy. Then in numerator there is no change, that is x minus iy, but in denominator it is of the form a plus b into a minus b. So therefore that a plus b into a minus b is usually a square minus b square, but here it is of complex number, that is x plus iy, x minus iy, then that becomes x square plus y square, because that I square is minus 1, minus of minus becomes plus. Then separating the real and imaginary parts here, that is x divided by x square plus y square minus I into y divided by x square plus y square, which is equal to u of x comma y minus I into v of x comma y. So therefore here u of x comma y is equal to x divided by x square plus y square, and v of x comma y is minus y divided by x square plus y square, because we need to include that negative sign in the imaginary part, because in the formula it is u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y. So since here it is negative, then we have to multiply that to the imaginary part. Next example, f of z equal to e power z. So here substitute or put z equal to x plus iy, then f of z equal to e power x plus iy. So by using the law of indices, we can write this as e power x into e power iy. Then it is e power x. So e power iy can be written as cos y plus I sin y. Then multiplying that e power x, that becomes e power x cos y plus I into e power x sin y. So therefore here f of z is equal to u of x comma y plus v of x comma y. So here u of x comma y is equal to what? E power x cos y, and v of x comma y is equal to e power x sin y. So therefore these two are the real and imaginary parts of given function of the complex variable. So here by referring these examples, express the function f of z equal to z square and f of z equal to z square plus 1 and f of z equal to z cube minus 1 as real and imaginary parts, means u of x comma y and v of x comma y. So try these three examples by referring these 4 examples which have already solved. So f of z equal to z square, f of z equal to z square plus 1 and f of z equal to z cube minus 1. Let us discuss some basic definitions regarding the function of a complex variable and complex analysis. So the definitions are, the first definition is analytic function or regular function. So already we have defined a function of a complex variable which is represented as w is equal to f of z, and that is that can be represented as u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y. So that we have solved examples on that concept. And now analytic function or regular function. So a function f of z is said to be analytic if it is defined and differentiable at each point of the domain D. So here the function, in the sense it has to possess two properties. One is domain and codomain. Domain means they are the input points and codomain means that is the output part, or that will contain the images of the function f of images of the z. So here a function f of z is said to be analytic if it is defined. So here we can say that a function is defined at a point, means if the function is giving a finite value at that point, then only we can say that the function is defined, right. So and differentiable means after differentiating a function f of z and substitute the point from the domain D, if that f dash of z is also finite at that point, then we can say that the function is differentiable. So therefore here the analytic function means that should be defined, means that should give the finite value at each point of the domain D, and also its derivative. Its derivative means the derivative of the function f of z, that should be defined at each point of the domain D. If these two conditions are satisfied, then only the function f of z is called as analytic function, right. So here this is the basic definition, analytic function. Analytic function means a function f of z is said to be analytic if it is defined and differentiable at each point of the domain D. And next point is singular point. The points in the domain D, the points in the domain D at which the function f of z is not differentiable are called singular points or singularities of f of z. So, we already told that about the analytic function. Analytic function means that should be defined and differentiable at each point of the domain D. In case at some point the function is not differentiable, means f dash of z is not defined at some particular points of the domain D, then those points at which the function f of z is not differentiable or the function f dash of z is not defined. So, in that case those points are called as singularities of f of z or singular points of f of z. Here the condition for singular point is the function should not be differentiable, means the function f dash of z is not defined, not f of z, the function f dash of z is not defined at those points, then those points are called as singular points of the function f of z. And Cauchy-Riemann equations. So, the partial derivatives. So, we already know about the partial derivatives. Whenever the function is of more than one variable, in that case we can consider the partial derivative. Here we know that the function of a complex variable is the function of two variables x and y, because each complex variable is expressed as x plus iy, where x is real part and y is the imaginary part. So, therefore, it has two variables x and y. So, therefore, each and every complex function of a complex variable is a function of two variables x and y. So, therefore, here Cauchy-Riemann equations are nothing but they are the partial derivatives of the function u and v. So, here the equations dou u by dou x is equal to dou v by dou y, means the partial derivative of u is the real part, then the partial derivative of the real part with respect to x is equal to the partial derivative of the imaginary part with respect to y. So, if these two are same, that is the first equation, and the second equation is dou u by dou y is equal to minus dou v by dou x, means the differentiation of the real part with respect to y is equal to negative of the partial differentiation of imaginary part with respect to x. So, these two equations are called as CR equations. So, symbolically or simply we can write these four partial derivatives as ux vy and uy vx. So, therefore, if ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx, then these two equations are called as Cauchy-Riemann equations. Then the next point is Laplace equation. Laplace equation means, so these are the second order partial derivatives. The equations dou square u by dou x square plus dou square u by dou y square is equal to 0. So, here we have x and y as the variables. Then dou square u by dou x square, dou square u by dou y square plus dou square u by dou z square equal to 0. So, here we have two variables, means it is the Laplace equation for two dimensional plane, and here it is the three dimensional space, because here we have x, y and z as the variables. So, these two set of equations is called as Laplace equation for 2 and 3 dimensional respectively. So, therefore, these are the four definitions. The next definition is harmonic function. A function u of x comma y which possess a continuous partial derivatives of first and second order which satisfy the Laplace equation dou square u by dou x square plus dou square u by dou y square is equal to 0 is called harmonic function. So, here harmonic function in the sense a function of a complex variable has two parts, one is real part and one is imaginary part. So, the real part is represented as u of x comma y and imaginary part is represented as v of x comma y. So, harmonic function means we are defining the harmonic function or harmonic property for real and imaginary part separately. So, now considering u of x comma y, if the real part is said to be harmonic function, it has to satisfy the Laplace equation, that is dou square u by dou x square plus dou square u by dou y square equal to 0. And if we want to define the same for the imaginary part, then we have to make some small changes in the Laplace equations as dou square v by dou x square and dou square v by dou y square equal to 0. So, therefore, this is the condition to check whether the real part u of x comma y is harmonic or not, and similarly the imaginary part is harmonic or not. Next, harmonic conjugate. So, u of x comma y is a harmonic function and a function v of x comma y is said to be harmonic conjugate of u if it satisfied the two conditions. Those are v of x comma y is harmonic and dou u by dou x equal to dou v by dou y and dou u by dou y is equal to minus dou v by dou x. So, here harmonic conjugate means if u is a harmonic function, then the remaining part is called as harmonic conjugate of the first part. So, that is said to be harmonic conjugate only if that is or the second part is harmonic and the CR equations are satisfied for those two u of x comma y and v of x comma y. And suppose v is harmonic function or v is given, then u is said to be the harmonic function. So, for that u of x comma y must be harmonic and the same CR equations must be satisfied for those v and u, then that u is called as harmonic conjugate of v. So, here the definition can be made for both the functions, either we can define harmonic conjugate for u of x comma y or v of x comma y. So, depending on the considered function we need to change the next harmonic conjugate. So, here if u is considered, then v is called as harmonic conjugate. If v is considered or v is given, then u is called as harmonic conjugate depending on these two conditions. If these two conditions satisfied, then only the two parts are called as harmonic conjugate of each other.